ready for some football, some Texans today party.
Heartbreaking doesn't really start to describe how I feel about this game. The Texans, with maybe one of the best chances they've ever had to make a Super Bowl, lose to the New England Patriots in Foxborough 28-16. Just a horrible game by this Texans squad. The defense kept them in it. We'll talk about some of the good later on in the game, but at the end of the day, you turn the ball over 5 times. 4 interceptions by Stroud. You also have a fumble by Woody Marks in the red zone, and you're just not going to win. You're just not going to win football games when you play like that. Drake May, nothing insane with his stat line: 179 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick. Ramondre Stevenson, 16 carries, 70 yards. This one's going to be a toughie. This one's going to be a toughie for Texans fans to go back and watch, to look at this season and just look at this defense and how generational this defense was playing even in this game, and kind of just threw it away there at the very end. Now, it's not over. We still have another season. We'll be back next year. And if you want Texans content all offseason long, my job doesn't stop after the Texans are eliminated. Draft, free agency, everything in the offseason, I'm going to be covering it here on Texans Today. So I hope y'all stick along for the ride. This was a tough one, guys. I know. This one really sucked. And, like I said, at the end of the day, came down to takeaways. They didn't really do anything crazy on offense. They converted on 21% of third downs. They only got 248 total yards. Realistically, they only scored 21 points on the defense. Stroud threw a pick 6 in the first half. So, this Texans team, had everything in front of them, and the offense just couldn't pull it out. 241 yards, 3.3 yards per play. It's not going to get it done. Third down percentage wasn't horrible at 41%. Time of possession in this game didn't really indicate anything, in my opinion. The major question we're going to have moving forward is around the quarterback. It's around C.J. Stroud, because we were all here, the OGs. Y'all remember Matt Schaub, those days, pick 6, that season. It was awful. The decline of Matt Schaub was really upsetting for Texans fans. And C.J. Stroud in this game, man, I have been a C.J. Stroud defender. I've been a staunch C.J. Stroud defender for the entire season, even going to last year, going into this offseason. I have been defending C.J. Stroud since, his rookie season, whenever I saw what he could do. And today, it was, it's a team game. I'm not going to say Stroud is the reason we lost this game. Man, 4 turnovers, a pick 6, quarterback rating of 28.0. I know there's a lot of limitations with this offense. His top 2 targets, Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, were out. Dalton Schultz got hurt in the first quarter, exited the game. He was, done for the rest of the day with a calf injury. But we have to have a serious conversation about Stroud moving forward, because he's due a contract coming up soon. He's available for an extension this offseason. What will the front office do? What will Nick Caserio, what will DeMeco Ryans do? DeMeco said coming out of the half that he still has all the faith in the world in CJ. And I'm trying to find that faith, man. I'm trying to find that faith in our QB1 right now, but it's extremely difficult to do. Let me know down in the comment section, what's your confidence level in CJ Stroud moving forward? I'll give you mine here in just a moment, but be honest with me. I expect to see a lot of ones down in the chat, but let me know your confidence level in CJ moving forward. I'm down to like a 4, guys. And this is coming from somebody who, like I said, I've been a CJ defender. I've been somebody who has, kept on saying he shows the flashes of greatness. He shows you what he can do week in and week out. And the team responds to him. I don't know if that's the case moving forward, man. I think, he's got an agent who's going to be looking for a lot of money. They're going to be wanting that, top dollar for quarterback pay. And if you're the Texans, I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if you can hinder your team moving forward by giving CJ Stroud $60 million, even $50 million a year. Like, I don't know if you can. Like, is CJ good enough to spend that much of your cap on just him? I know he plays the quarterback position, but, you need to keep this defense together. And you're going to pay Will Anderson Jr. You're going to pay, you already paid Derek Stingley. If you're going to pay Kamari Lassiter coming up in a couple years, Kalen Bullock, linebackers, Henry Toto, Azeez Al-Shire. I don't know. I don't know what you do with CJ Stroud moving forward. But my confidence, I'll tell you this, it's as low as it's ever been with CJ Stroud after this playoff game, which is upsetting. You don't want to come out of a playoff run feeling this way about your team, about your quarterback one, but I can't help it. Like, that's how I feel about CJ moving forward, and I know a lot of y'all feel the same way. On offense, Jaden Higgins, the rookie, thought he did pretty good. 6 receptions, 59 yards. Helped me actually win my Prize Picks lineup today. Shout out to Prize Picks. We'll tell you about them here in just a moment. But 6 receptions, 59 yards for Jaden Higgins. Not too shabby. The run game, man, I felt bad because there was no push. And the O-line is going to have to be addressed in the offseason. You have some decent pieces, but when Trent Brown was ruled as an inactive before this game, I had a bad feeling. I just knew the Texans were going to need to run the ball. And when you take out Trent Brown, Titus Howard is good at right tackle, but inserting Jarrett Patterson at left guard, he gives you nothing in the run game. Like, he is, one of the lightest offensive linemen on our team, and he doesn't give you any push. And not having the massive Trent Brown out there at right tackle, you saw it. They tried running the outside zone. They tried running with Chubb. They tried running with Woody Marks. Nothing doing, man. Nothing doing. And I feel bad because these guys had a great game last week up against the Steelers, and they were really able to move the football and run the ball well. Not today up against New England. Not today with this offensive line set up, and just really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. Now, coming up, we'll talk about some bright spots moving forward. I know it's hard to look at the bright side of things, the silver lining after a devastating loss, but I'll try to do my best. I'll try to do my best here on Texans Today. Couldn't do today's show if it wasn't for our amazing sponsor over on Prize Picks, though. Shout out to them. Whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend, elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. Super simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. Get in on the action today. Prize Picks is now available in all 50 states. Join the millions of users and sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app today. Funny enough, I actually hit my lineup today. I had Jaden Higgins more on the receptions. Drake May threw a pick. I mean, it was a Hail Mary at the end of the half, but he still threw a pick. Less on the pass yards, and because Dalton Schultz left the game in the first half, he was taken out of my lineup, which means this is a win for your boy. Need all the wins I can get today because feeling like a big L right now, especially in my comment section on my social media accounts. But I digress. Shout out to Prize Picks though for the win. If you want to be a winner like me, download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right, let's talk about the bright side, which is this Texans defense. 9 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 3 takeaways. And I said it, last week. I mean, I said it earlier this week. The magic number for the Texans, in my opinion, on offense was 24. And this Texans defense, I knew they wouldn't be able to replicate the same defensive performance they had against the Steelers. Like, to do that 2 weeks in a row in the playoffs is extremely tough. But if the Texans were able to get it done on offense, 24 was kind of the magic number, right? Because the Patriots, they only scored 21 points on offense. Remember, 7 points of that came from a pick six from C.J. Stroud. And Will Anderson Jr., man, I feel so bad for him. He's my favorite player on this team right now, and the reason why is he gave us hope. Like, the strip sacks, he had 3 sacks on the day, 3 tackles for loss. Like, no matter who the Patriots put in front of him, number 51 was winning. He was the best player on the field whenever the Texans defense was out there, including the Patriots offense. 51 is the best. Maybe he's the best player that played today. It just sucks that we just couldn't get it done on offense because, man, he was giving you everything. And same with Danielle Hunter. 2 sacks for him. Couple strips. Like, these guys, we really wasted a generational defense this season, man. And that's what stings the most. Like, these guys played their you-know-what's off. And, I mean, Kamari Lasser had a decent game, had a couple pass breakups. And, somebody who, all-pro guy, Derek Stingley, didn't have his best game. And, you're not going to always play your best game. He had the touchdown catch from Kayshon Boutte, even though he was in really good coverage. Like, it was a diving one-handed grab by the Patriots corner, or by the Patriots wide receiver. Like I said, I knew the Patriots were going to be able to score a little bit on this Texans defense. Like, you're not going to shut out every single opponent that you face, especially when they get short yardage, especially when you're on the field as much as this Texans defense was, with all the interceptions given up and all the turnovers. So the bright side is, you're returning a lot of those key guys on defense. Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, defensive tackle room might, need some touching up here in the offseason. And, you have your guys in the secondary, Kalen Bullock, Jalen Petrie, Derek Stingley, Kamari Laster, your core 4 on the back end. So you have the building blocks to move forward for next year too. You do. And this is a pretty good question from my guy Loco Lopez on the 1s and 2s. He wants to know, what is the Texans' biggest need this offseason? Let me know down below in the comments section. Some of y'all might say quarterback. I don't know. Let me know your biggest need for the Texans this offseason. For me, it's O-line. I think the fact that you weren't able to run the ball at all today in a game that, had weather like it did, snowing, raining the entire time. If you're not able to get anything on the ground, it's going to hinder you. And this Texans O-line gave you no push. Like, Ed Ingram's a free agent. Do you bring him back? He played good at right guard, but, I'm sorry. I know Jake Andrews is he's boys with Cole Popovich. They're like this, He played with Cole Popovich whenever Popovich was coaching at Troy. He was, part of that O-line with him there. He was with him in New England. So it's going to be tough. I think you need some changes. You got to figure out with Titus Howard, Blake Fisher, what you're doing at right tackle moving forward. I think realistically, and it kind of sucks to think about this because the O-line did get a little bit better. The only guy who I feel confident going forward into next season that I'm like, yep, he's the guy, is left tackle, which maybe that's good news because left tackle is a lot of people think the most important position on your O-line. But you have Ariante Ursery, who I think he is your stalwart at left tackle. He's your guy moving forward. Made some rookie mistakes today, but I think overall I feel comfortable with him being the guy moving forward. The other 4 positions, I don't know. Like I said, Ed Ingram, a free agent, and the rest of that O-line, I don't know what you do. But, like I said, the good news is you'll have time to rebuild, and if you're looking forward, draft season is going to be important for this team. And this team right now has a first-round pick. They have 2 second-round picks from the Laramie Tunsil trade. They also have the Giants' 3rd-round pick, which is a very good one at the top of the 3rd round. They also have the Commanders' 4th-round pick, their own 4th, and then a 6th from Philadelphia, a 7th from San Francisco. So they have some picks to move around, and I'd expect Nick Caserio to move up and down in the draft. He loves a draft day trade. So we'll have to see what the Texans do there. But moving forward, it's off-season mode for the Houston Texans. Upset it came this soon, but it is what it is. If you want more off-season coverage around the draft, around free agency, make sure to hit that sub button for free Texans content all year long.